Wilkins coming off a quiet game against Denver on Sunday. Tisdale got the step. And the game is tied at 6. Wilkins did come on late as the Knicks rallied after dropping down by as many as 20. And cut it to 9. There's Ewing, yes, and it counts. And Patrick Ewing will go to the line.
Big move by Ewing after the Knicks gave up 2 easy points to Tisdale by picking him up late down low. But on this move, Ewing, for some reason, Stepanovic not reacting to that move. As Ewing put the ball on the floor, Stepanovic just stayed there and watched him.
Foul committed by Wayman Tisdale. Patrick Ewing 11 for 12 from the line against the Nuggets on Sunday. A game that Rick Pitino said he would like to forget about. Very pleased, obviously, over the games against Golden State and the LA Clippers.
What a deceptive game that was in Denver. After you looked at the statistics at the end of the game between the two teams, you'd say it was very, very close game. Knicks out-rebounded them, outshot them.
Stepanovic giving it up to Person, rejected by Ewing. It's a 4-on-2. Ewing. And here come the Pacers. Long looking for the shot and able to draw the foul. Crowd reacting for his season high with the 26, including the 13 for 13 from the foul line. Knicks by 1, 9-8. Ewing took the bump and then hit on the turn, and he is looking very sharp here at the start.
Quite clear as Ewing is getting into position quickly, helping himself greatly by doing so.
7 points for Ewing. And it's called against the Pacers. Offensive foul. So the ball back to the Knicks. Stepanovic collecting his first.
It's the old moving pick called against Stepanovic down low, trying to get Person free. But when the contact was made with the Knick defender, Stepanovic was moving.
Green guarded by Tisdale. Ewing recaptured and has given the Knicks a 13-8 lead.
Ewing showing good alert hands on that play. Recovered and then knew exactly what he wanted to do with the basketball.
Tisdale. And Ewing lost it, but deflected out by Indiana. Jack Ramsey very upset. He felt that Ewing touched it last, but it will be Knick ball.
Yes, Jack isn't buying it. As you might guess, Mark, Jack Ramsey did his road work today. I always like to check
it out, huh?
Yeah, he was in Central Park this afternoon, he said.
Off the steal. John Long giving it up to Chuck Person from three-point range.
A three-point goal by
Chuck landing on the floor off the fadeaway and comes up slipping. Three-pointer for Person. And the Knicks by 2, 13-11. Knick turnover, that's their problem against the Nuggets on Sunday. 20 turnovers committed by the Knicks. The Nuggets with only 5.
That was a discrepancy that you will rarely see by any team, much less the Knicks, who usually cause the most.
Penetration by Fleming, rebounded by Ewing. Fleming had to force it, met by Ewing.
So important for the big men to be active, as Ewing has been throughout the early part of this game.
Newman got the step. And the Knicks lead at 15-11.
That was Johnny Newman.
Johnny Newman, the second-year man from the University of Richmond. Person getting inside. Ewing trying to help out, but Person now with 5 points, and the Knicks lead by 2, 15-13. Jackson. Long getting down. And the game is tied at 15.
Pacers are scoring too easily, I'm sure, for Rick Pitino.
halfway through this first quarter. And here is Jackson. Yes, Mark Jackson drilling it home. His first field goal. Knicks with a 17-15 lead. Stefanovic comes out to set the pick as they doubled up on Fleming. Play by Jackson. 5 on the shot clock. Person from 3.
Boy, he's something. With the head fake, he still has his balance. And he was a good foot behind that three-point line. That is such a long shot. That's about a 26-foot shot that he made.
At one point last year, he hit 8 consecutive three-pointers, had a 6 for 6 in one game against Phoenix. Patrick Ewing off to a red-hot start. He has 11. And the Knicks by 1, 19-18.
The Knicks saw the mismatch right away with Person on Ewing and went right at him. Person is now 7 out of 8 against the Knicks this season in three-point shots.
Tisdale going baseline and foul blocked by Ewing. Knicks call for time. 4:49 remaining.
Person has announced his presence. John Long gets it over to Person, gets rid of Ewing with that head fake. And swish, Patrick Ewing trying to block everything. Of course, at that range with a big man like Person, it'd naturally be better if he didn't leave his feet like that and just stayed in front of Person.
8 points for Person, 11 for Ewing. Trent Tucker has come on, replacing Gerald Wilkins. So Jackson and Tucker now in the backcourt. Wayman Tisdale at the foul line.
We saw a rare moment. Ewing walking by John Long, and both guys smiling. Particularly Long, who rarely smiles on a basketball court.
So the Pacers by 1, 20-19. 4:40 remaining in this first quarter. Marv Albert, John Andres from Madison Square Garden. Stefanovic had that diagnosed.
Ewing falling back.
And now Tucker guarding Person. Rebounded by Green. Newman open. And Long off the board. Pacers on the run. Long going all the way. And he'll go to the line. John Long through the foul. John Long, the veteran of this team in his 10th year. Out of the University of Detroit, 8 years with the Pistons. This is second with the Pacers.
John Long is a very talented athlete.
Broke all the long-standing records of a fellow by the name of Dave DeBusschere. Wiped him out. As Dave is well aware. Pacers by 3, 22-19. Down to 7 on the shot clock. Tisdale going to his right and then backing Green in. And rebounded by Sidney Green. 3.5 remaining in the first quarter. Knicks in possession, down by 3. Good pass from Jackson. Jackson kept it alive. Newman able to bring the Knicks within 1.
Great effort by Mark Jackson following up his miss.
22-21. Pacers by 1. Stefanovic off the fake. So Steve Stefanovic using glass to hit a second field goal, and Indiana leads by 3.
That's such a tremendous move for a 7-foot man.
Newman got the step. Oh, beautiful move around Person.
Well, Chuck Person is quite a competitor. After that embarrassment, let's see how he responds.
Newman has hit 3 out of 4.
He wants that ball down low.
Stefanovic threw the foul, and he got the step moving to his left. Indiana calling for time with 2 minutes 15 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Knicks down by 1.
Johnny Newman moments ago gave a fake to Chuck Person and had a party.
Had a party, huh?
No, he did. He invited Person, but Person got there late.
Coining yet new phrases.
Okay.
Steve Stefanovic, Saturday night against the Nets, hit 6 out of 6 from the line, an 84% free throw shooter. Indiana by 2, 25-23. 2 minutes 10 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Bill Cartwright has come on for the first time. Cartwright replacing Ewing, who had picked up a second foul just moments ago. Ewing with 11 points in this first quarter.
Knicks using Gerald Wilkins now as the point guard, with Mark Jackson getting a rest.
Cartwright lost it. Person from 3 and wide open.
A 3-point goal.
He had a 9. Wow. Against New York in 3 games.
He is 3 for 3 from 3-point range. He now has 11. And the call against the Knicks. It is an offensive foul.
An offensive foul charge against Trent Tucker. That's his
Tucker called on the foul. On the subject of 3-point shooting, Reggie Miller, the Pacer rookie, getting set to check in. Here's Person again with some room. And he will go to the line.
They stomped them too by 20 and 15.
Indiana now by 6, 29-23. Minute 15 left in the first quarter. Here's Newman again around Person. Rebounded by Stefanovic. Herb Williams lost it. Williams just checked in. Tucker off the steal. Here's Wilkins. Interesting move by Stefanovic. He tried to scare Wilkins, screaming in his ear.
Hey, you do the best you can.
Is that in the defensive handbook? Fleming stop. And last touch by Cartwright.
Yes, it is.
Jack Ramsey, who recently celebrated a 63rd birthday. Calling it out for the Pacers. 43 seconds remaining first quarter. 9 on the shot clock. Here is Williams. He's been slumping. And the tip by Williams. Herb Williams has not scored in double figures in 7 straight games. He's a one-time starter. Did not start the game tonight.
He has not been doing the job, and that's why they had to get Person back in the starting lineup. Meanwhile, that last basket came because of the hustle of a guard, Vern Fleming, keeping that ball alive.
Here's Tucker. Cummings keeping it alive. 15 seconds in the quarter. And that is a loose ball foul on Cummings.
Good effort by with losing weight and his overall attention to his game.
Time running down. That's time left in this first quarter. Jackson going all the way. Beautiful play as he went the distance. 1 second remaining in the quarter. Here is Gray. And that is the end of the first quarter. The score, the Indiana Pacers 31, the New York Knicks 27. Here's Scott Skiles, who has checked in for the first time. He played well against the Knicks in that last meeting at Market Square. Knicks showing some pressure as we get underway here in the second quarter. Knicks down by 4. Person again, 3-pointer, actually missed one. So Chuck Person, who hit his first three from 3-point range, missing. But last touch by the Knicks, and a new 24 for the Indiana Pacers. Stuart Gray off the inbounds. He's guarded by Pat Cummings. Skiles and Miller in the backcourt. And Person does it from inside, and Mark Jackson shaken up.
Pacers lead 33-27.
Jackson hit the deck.
Took a 3 count, didn't he? He was on his back there for a moment.
And still in pain as he moves it across. Gray fronting Cartwright, but a nice play as Jackson was able to hit Cartwright. Cartwright will go to the line.
Good lead pass by Mark Jackson, who is attempting to shake off the pain, and he hasn't fully done that. Stuart Gray was massaging.
Pacers by 4, 33-29. We're just underway, second quarter. Herb Williams, Scott Skiles, and Chuck Person, guarded by Johnny Newman. Chuck Person has 16.
Gorgeous move by Person.
Pacers by 6, 35-29. Miller jumping out, and the call is against the Knicks. Cartwright involved with Gray, and apparently a 3-second violation called on Cartwright. Knicks led by as many as 5 earlier, and Indiana with its biggest lead. Here is Skiles. Scott Skiles, in his second year out of Michigan State, has contributed to the Pacers in recent weeks, and his fiery play has lifted this ball club. He's getting the time. Cummings. Knicks ice cold. Skiles going glass, and a foul call.
I always get the feeling when Pat Cummings shoots off that flat-footed stance that he doesn't get a good enough look at the rim before he shoots. He seems to do it quickly to deceive the defense, but I always feel that he's cheating himself on his look at the basket. It just seems to be a half a second that he's denied vision at the hoop. Matchups with him as good as they'd like to, that's for sure.
Wayman Tisdale replacing Chuck Person, who has hit 6 of 9, 3 from three-point range, 16 points in all. Reggie Miller guarding Gerald Wilkins, who spins by him but not able to hit. And a traveling violation, so the Knicks maintain possession.
Ramsey has to be happy, though, with this man's response. Gray is showing much more quickness than we've seen in the past.
He has lost considerable weight. 7-footer, second-round pick back in '84. And some words between players.
Tisdale and Sidney Green and Ewing were all involved there.
And here is Ewing over Gray, rebounded by Tisdale. Indiana by 10, 39-29. Williams hosting Green, rejected by Ewing. Here is Tisdale. And last touch by the Pacers.
Ewing with a big presence on that play. Not only did he block the shot, but then he went over and bothered the next shooter greatly with his aggressiveness. That is intimidation.
And away from the ball. Whistle by Lee Jones. Offensive foul.
Looked like a Kenny Walker pick, Marv, from the best I could see. Like I said, it was a Sidney Green pick.
And Green has picked up his second. Skiles getting it down in a hurry. Miller from 3. Reggie Miller with a 3-point field goal. So the Pacers benefiting from 4 3-pointers and lead it 42-29. 9 unanswered for Indiana. Here's Wilkins. Knicks cannot buy one.
Gray was up fast to that ball.
Tisdale, the trailer, could not pull up, and it's a traveling violation.
No basket.
That's the quality in big lumbering men that you try and get them to improve on, and Gray has done that. Up fast to the ball.
Knicks outscored 11-2 this quarter. Gray not looking. And Ewing able to take advantage.
Want to get yelled at? Do what Gray did then. Just don't pay attention. Run with your head back to the ball. Coach will be all over you.
And now Lee Jones telling Jack Ramsey to get back toward the bench.
Jack looks very nice tonight.
Yes, very dapper, very nice. Knicks down by 11. Here's Walker. Back for Wilkins. Ewing. Stopped by Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson from 3. Skiles ahead of the field. Williams did not see him. Now Skiles throws it back out. Herb Williams called for the travel. Basketball count. Pacers getting a little sloppy. Knicks going to some pressure. Knicks have been outscored 11-4 in this second quarter. And a reach-in foul is called. Well, the Nets under Willis Reed are off to a 22-11 start against the LA Clippers. Clippers with only 11 points in the first quarter. Stuart Gray called on that foul as first.
Pretty good timing by Harry Weltman, putting Willis Reed into that job to face the Clippers first time out.
Tisdale leading the break. Skiles. Got Skiles now running the team. Here's Gray.
Oh. Would you think he'd be capable of that, I ask you?
Stuart Gray showing the outside touch. He has enjoyed playing against the Knicks. He had a career high of 11 rebounds several years back against the Knicks. Jackson getting in. Here is Wilkins, and he was hacked, so Wilkins will go to the line. As the Knicks call for, rebounded by Williams. Herb Williams giving Indiana a 14-point lead.
Indiana is doing it all over the court. They're dominating inside, and they're certainly getting the long-range shooting.
Going now with the front line of Stepanovic, Tisdale, and Williams. Here is Ewing. Yes, it counts. 15 for Ewing. And he'll go to the foul line.
Patrick Ewing once again positioning himself well despite the aggressiveness of Stepanovic, getting a good lead pass inside and quickly going up.
Williams on the foul, his second. Here is Ewing to the line. He's 1 for 1 from the foul line. Williams with the box out. He's played well. Knicks down by 12. Skiles running the club in animated fashion. Williams hosting Walker. Here's Walker from Wilkins. Good effort by Walker to get it off the head.
Power move by Kenny Walker using those great legs.
Stepanovic back to help off the pressure. Good pass from Skiles. Rebound Ewing. Knicks on the run. Indiana able to get back. Wilkins, three-pointer. Gerald Wilkins with a three-point bomb, and the Knicks trail by 7. They cut that 14-point lead in half. However, Chuck Person getting set to return. And a defense from the crowd. Knicks on a 10-4 run. Reggie Miller able to shake loose.
He got rid of Gerald Wilkins on a pick. Moving without the ball very well.
Indiana by 9. Here is Sidney Green. Yes. 48-41. Knicks down by 7.
Good range by Sidney Green, considering he hasn't been shooting lately. Oh, I don't even want to talk about
it. No, Sidney just came crashing in, and once again, the old orange juice trick. Oh, this is so sad.
Why can't... Would you prefer that we kind of want me to take over more?
Is that a planned move?
You want to take a bath?
Yes, Sidney showing great range on that last move. Hit home by Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller going to the board, beating Gerald Wilkins.
You know, I kind of like the orange juice effect on my tie.
Our audience in any publication, rebroadcast, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program, without the expressed written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated, is prohibited.
Very nice, John. Here's Wilkins. So Gerald Wilkins hitting from the outside. Indiana leads by 9, 52-43. Newman with the pressure on Person. Jackson over to help out. I don't know, are we targets here or what? On crack statistician Kenny Albert plucking one out of the air. Unbelievable.
If he didn't, you would have had a funny-looking face right now. Funnier looking, rather.
Oh, good job. The cheap lines just flying.
Hey, when you get him down, jump on him. Detroit's won 2 of those 3 games this year, and this one's in Atlanta, and Detroit getting out quickly.
Detroit going in a game in front of the Atlanta Hawks. Pistons have won 8 of the last 10, coming off the victory over Boston on Sunday. Off the turnover. Indiana in possession, now a backcourt of Vern Fleming and John Long back to the starting lineup. And Stefanovic fouled on the play.
Foul because Patrick Ewing once again bid on that fake and left his feet.
And that is number 3 on Ewing.
Stefanovic with that little fake. He's got the good jump shot, so Ewing respects him, but unfortunately, those feet leave the ground.
Bill Cartwright is back. Ewing high man for the Knicks with 15. Long trap by Green and Newman. And that forced Long to step out.
Knicks have to go to the pressure now, and they will undoubtedly continue it in their attempt to wrestle this lead and cause some turnovers by the Pacers.
Pittsburgh in front of Minnesota 4-1 at the end of 1. Going into tonight's play, Rangers a point in front of the Devils by virtue of the win over St. Louis last night. 5 on the shot clock. Here is Newman. Two and a half remaining in the first half. Tisdale able to make the move, although the crowd groaning. They felt he traveled. Jackson putting the speed on. And it is an offensive foul. Mark Jackson called on the personal, his second.
Jackson so anxious to lead this team back. Decides to go all the way to the hoop by himself, and the big man Stefanovic just sets himself up for the offensive foul.
Stefanovic will inbound. Stefanovic, Person, and Tisdale up front. Long and Fleming in the backcourt. Bad pass. It was intended for Long. Went off the mark, but Fleming gets it back. Could hold on. And it will be Nick Ball.
Dave Sims showing a lot of quickness, unlike some people. Just getting out of the way. Boy, he ran for his life.
John, you're showing an arrogant personality here tonight. It's so unlike you. 2 minutes to go in this first half. Here's Jackson. Not hitting that shot, that little push-off shovel shot that he usually succeeds with. There's Person. And Jackson off the board. Newman going behind the back. And going right at Person.
Person thought he had him because Person went to the baseline where Newman wanted to go first. He thought he had it done, but he didn't because Newman had more answers.
Stefanovic try to hit Person, and it will be Nick Ball. Well, that's one we have not seen from Johnny Newman.
What a gorgeous move that was.
Pacers by 7. Knicks getting it down in a hurry. The spin missed by Newman, and the follow missed by Cartwright. Timeout called by Vern Fleming.
Timeout, Indiana.
Comments made by Person during a game between Indiana and Sacramento, and several other clubs have also complained. In fact, Chuck will be our guest at halftime. Bruce Beck will chat with Chuck Person. That's a feature of his personality we have not seen in the games against the Knicks.
Yes, Reggie Theus was irked to the point where he said he's a kid with no class.
Whoa.
We've got long memories in this league. Theus, unusual for him to react like that.
Stepanovic losing Cartwright off that bullet pass from Fleming.
Showing good hands, though. In traffic, Stepanovic recaptured that ball.
Indiana by 9, 54-45, and Cartwright and Stepanovic in a battle. It's been a rough sequence for Cartwright. Now a loose ball foul is called. To go in the first half. Pacers beating the pressure. Long fighting Person.
Notice how important Stepanovic is on the pressure, handling the basketball, taking it out.
56
Valuable.
Pacers by 11. 25 seconds left in the half. Here is Green. Rebound Cartwright. And Bill Cartwright hearing it from the crowd. He made the move, but not able to hit the layup. He missed one earlier off the follow. Stepanovic from three.
Are you kidding me? Holy.
Steve Stepanovic with a three-pointer. Final seconds. Tucker off the mark. And a very poor first half for New York. To you by Minolta with the Maxim, the ultimate autofocus system. You'll never see life the same way again. In all, 18 points per person and 3 out of 4 from the three-point line.
Person has all of the equipment in the game. He's strong and he goes way outside. Little head fake. Disposes of Patrick Ewing, and Person hits 2 of those many points.
Indiana's bench came on, did a nice job. In fact, got the lead up to 14 points. And this man, Scott Skiles, instrumental. Skiles not able to hit, but watch Reggie Miller on the tip.
Yes, Reggie Miller, a backcourt man for this team, but at 6'7", goes all over the court.
And the Knicks led offensively by Patrick Ewing, who has 15 points.
Patrick Ewing started strong, very aggressive, getting positioned down low early, and did a big job for the Knicks in the first half.
Ewing hitting 7 of 12, 1 of 2 from the line for the 15 points. And John, perhaps the new move of the century, another phrase that you coined just the other day, Johnny Newman taking the pass from Mark Jackson, and watch this.
Oh, that's out of sight. Out of sight. Not everybody could see that. You had to have the good angle to appreciate that.
8 points for Newman off the bench, but at halftime it's Indiana by
feet when 7-foot people throw a little head fake. He was right out of that play.
Indiana by 16. It's their biggest lead. Jackson open. 61-47. The Knicks down by 14. Indiana with the edge off the boards in the first half, 26-21. Ewing, high man of that department with 7. Stepanovic on fire. He is now 6 for 7 from the floor.
And you have a tie at the half. So the Pacers made much more use of those turnovers, even though both teams had the same amount.
Indiana by 16. Wilkins rebounded by Walker. 63-49. Pacers by 14.
Knicks cannot allow themselves to be dominated on the boards, and that play like that Kenny Walker made is indicative of what they have to continue to do. They must get tougher physically.
Stepanovic met by Green. 5 on the shot clock. John Long from three-point range. And the Knicks have a 3-on-2. Jackson going all the way. Rebounded by Walker. Beautiful play by Kenny Walker. So 8 points for Walker. And Jack Ramsey calls for time. Minute 45 gone by in the third. Indiana's lead is 12. Indiana inbounds. Stefanovic getting it down. Here is Long. And rebounded by Walker, who's clobbered by Tisdale. So Wayman Tisdale committing the foul, his second.
You have to be impressed with Stepanovic's use as a ball handler. Boy, he's done everything tonight. Picked out John Long, long distance. That's the advantage when you have a big man who can see over the crowd, the 7-footer, to deliver that pass. Not every big man, though, can deliver it like he can.
Sidney Green off the mark. Rebound Stefanovic. On the 24. Here's Person. Ewing tried to one-hand it and lost it, but fortunately for the Knicks, last touch by Stefanovic. Down to 4 on the shot clock. 1 second on the 24.
Knicks not able to get a good shot.
Tisdale around Ewing and then lost the grip. Stefanovic continues the torrid shooting. He has 16 points and Indiana leads 65-51.
You've said his name enough tonight, Mark,
yes,
for Rick Pitino's sake. Rebounding, shooting, passing. Stefanovic really playing the complete game.
7 for 8 from the field, including a 3-pointer plus 7 rebounds. Ewing with 17 points and the Knicks trail by 12. When you think about it, John, and of course there is more potential when you talk about a Ralph Sampson, but here was Sampson taken #1 in the draft back in '83, and people were laughing at the Pacers. They took Stefanovic. Offensive foul, so the Knicks will get it back. Stefanovic
offensive foul
taken second in the draft. Stefanovic called on the foul. Of course, he's having an exceptional night right here, but he's come a long way. He's had a solid season, but there's not much difference in ability right now between the two, particularly with Sampson so disappointing, and he has been injured so frequently.
Well, based on what we've seen tonight and other games, it's clear that Stefanovic can do more things. The question is, can Sampson's game grow to the point where he becomes a dominating player? But what is interesting, Marv, in the business end of this thing,
Tisdale called on that last foul. Sidney Green way off the mark. Indiana by 12. Beautiful move by Fleming. Whipping by Jackson for a 67-53 lead. Vern Fleming had a quiet first half. That's his first field goal.
But he led his team handling the ball, had 5 assists, and seemed to be involved in everything.
8 on the shot clock. Knicks having difficulty locating shots. Foul on Stefanovic. His third.
Followed by Steve Stefanovic. That's his third personal foul.
And that foul with only 3 on the 24.
From his standpoint, not a smart foul, because if Ewing gets the ball 25 feet from the hoop, so what?
Indiana with their third team foul. Knicks do not have any. Wilkins off the spin. Here's Ewing. Fleming going behind the goal.
Twice in one game.
And the Knicks call for time. They're down by 16. 5 minutes is back. Long feeding Fleming. And tipped home by Person.
Right over Patrick Ewing. Unfortunately for him, he did not see Person around him, so he could get in his way. Person had all the room he needed.
20 points for Chuck Person. And Indiana now by 18. Here's Walker. Yes. 71-55. Pacers with the big lead. John Long with that standing one-hander. Rare shot these days in the NBA. 8 points for Long.
That's true. You rarely see anyone. I can't think of anyone who shoots that.
Occasionally Larry Bird.
Yeah, his feet don't leave around that much. True.
Stefanovic off the steal. Fleming dishing off to Long. Foul called on Green. And Long, a superb free throw shooter, will go to the line. Here's Trent Tucker for Gerald Wilkins. Gerald
Trent Tucker, number 6, is in
leads with 10 points.
John Long on the line, shooting 2.
John Long always among the leaders in free throw shooting at 89% this season. Coming into tonight.
Really lost it.
Knicks it down by 21. Ewing with a strong move. He has 19. And again, the Knicks with the pressure.
Next score is 75.
Pacers have not had any problems handling the Knicks traps.
Stefanovic a key role in that department.
Jackson for Ewing. Tough play for Ewing. Walker on the follow. Ewing on the rebound. Rejected by Williams. Ewing thought he was fouled.
Boy, that Indiana bench. You had to see those guys up. That play by Herb Williams excited that bench more than anything tonight.
Nice pass from Jackson. Rejected again by Herb Williams.
Look at that bench. Oh, they're loving it.
Spectacular plays defensively by Williams, and Jackson stripped. They'll go to the line.
Very up front line of the Indiana Pacers tonight.
It'll be Pacer ball. Last touch by the Knicks. There's some confusion as to what the score is. The scoreboard is incorrect right now. The correct score is 75-57. The Pacers on top. Billy Donovan has come on for the first time. Mark Jackson sitting down with 7. Knicks taking over on that turnover. Donovan and Tucker now in the backcourt. Cartwright, Cummings, Newman up front. Donovan open. Well, Billy Donovan off the bench to hit his first field goal. 75-60 the score. Three-pointer again. Chuck Person with his 4th three-point field goal. Indiana has hit 6 of 9 from three-point range. Eight on the shot clock. Here's Newman. So with 3.5 remaining in the third quarter, that is the correct score. Pacers 78 and the Knicks 62. Now Newman all over Person. Illegal defense called on the Knicks. That is their first violation. Indiana will get the new on Stefanovic off the switch. And Donovan caught on Williams. Cartwright, Cummings come over, and the foul is called.
Misfortune of the Knicks.
Shooting only 30% over that stretch. Indiana by 18. Crowd trying to urge the Knicks on. Here's Cartwright getting in. 80-64. Pacers with a 16-point lead and just under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Newman off the steal. Foul by Stefanovic.
Foul by Steve Stefanovic.
That is number 4 on Stefanovic.
Oh, the soft touch kept that streak alive.
29 straight from the line for Newman. Tucker on a steal. There's Jackson for Newman. And the Knicks have cut it down at 12 with 2.5 left third quarter. Look out. Long could hold on. And the Knicks now striving to get back into it. Pacers want to talk it over. Timeout call, and here is where the home crowd is a factor. 20, but the Knicks have cut it down to a 12-point deficit.
Pacers are turning it over, though, as the Knicks work hard and apply their pressure defense. Johnny Newman with the stuff that really lit up Madison Square Garden.
And Newman will throw it in. Indiana, as you see, has been doing it from three-point range. 4 of those three-pointers by Person. Foul on the Pacers, who
You don't want Person to shoot that basketball, so if he's 25 feet away, you treat him as if he's 15 feet away. He's put such pressure on the Knicks with his good outside shooting.
He has the good outside touch, yet he is not a good at 12, 82-70. Just under 2 minutes to go in the third. Trent Tucker, quick release. And last touched by Herb Williams of Indiana. So it will be Nick Ball. Here's Herb in his 7th year out of Ohio State. He has been bothered by all kinds of back injuries this season, which certainly not helped his situation. Caught right, posting Gray. Caught right off the spin. Yes. 82-72. 10-point Indiana lead, and again the pressure. They double up on Fleming. Jackson nearly picked it off. That's a traveling violation. And the Knicks defense doing the job here in the third. Indiana not bothered at all earlier in the game.
The Knicks are working harder and staying with it this time and upsetting the tempo of the Pacers.
Person dribbling to three-point range where he's trapped. And Rick Pitino claiming that he stepped out. Person felt that he was forced out. And a 22nd timeout was called. Pacers by 10, 82-72. Skiles rebounded by Cartwright. Jackson off the mark. He went deep and then tried to get it back outside. Here's Tisdale.
Tisdale at 6'7", so strong, good elevation on his shot, and he can work with bigger people around him effectively.
Jackson, he has been way off. Mark Jackson 3 for 12 from the floor.
Tough decision now for Rick Pitino. Does he get Ewing back in when it appears Cartwright is in a groove and scoring at will, or does he perhaps play them together?
And last touch by the Knicks. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. Herb Williams will throw it in. Punched out by Newman. Crowd of 10,172 here at the Garden. Knicks and Indiana meeting for the third time this season. Pacers winning the previous 2 in Indianapolis. Players jockey for position. Skiles with time running down. Tied up. Good play by Newman.
Well, he presented the ball to Newman. Poor judgment or assumptions by Skiles.
2 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So Newman with the height advantage on Skiles.
Person just pushed Mark Jackson out of the way.
Trying to hook his leg in front of Jackson.
Playing like a bully. Now I understand Pierce.
There's Jackson just flinging. Did well to get it off.
That's the end of the third quarter. Indiana leads.
And after 3, the Knicks chipping into that lead. They were down by as many as 20. And Ewing Ewing is back in. Ewing with the move on Stefanovic. Rebounded by Skiles. Scott Skiles and Reggie Miller at the guard. Steve Stefanovic, Herb Williams, and Wayman Tisdale up front. Tisdale backing Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. Skiles, and rebounded by Green. Jackson and Wilkins in the backcourt as Wilkins try to go all the way. Ewing, Walker, and Green back up front. Miller wide open from 3. Good rebound by Green. Knicks down by 12.
Green is adding up the rebounds, getting a lot.
8 now for Sidney, but not able to hit. He's 1 for 6 from the field.
Fans have taken note of that, I hear.
The Knicks 11 for 25 in the third quarter. Pacers 9 for 17. The Knicks did put a dent into that Indiana lead. Stefanovic. That's a 24-second violation. Well, apparently not. And Gerald Wilkins able to take advantage off the air ball. Play continued. And the Knicks now cut it to 10, 84-74.
It's brought to you by Milky Way Bar. Milky Way, helping you through your day. It was approximately 150 years ago that the novel Frankenstein was written by Mary Shelley. With a laboratory of our own, we have adopted the protagonist to a basketball court. Genetic scientists have begun work on the ultimate NBA player, working from feet up. Here are the experts' biological suggestions.
Feet is a tough one and probably a surprise. You know, when you used to, in the old days, you used to go to the ballrooms, Roseland and all, always was a heavy set guy, so I'm taking Barkley for feet.
If you had to pick a set of legs that were going to be able to get you from point A to point B quickly, would be probably Dominique Wilkins.
I think there's 2 players that stand out, Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins. When you watch these 2 people play, you see the upper echelon of the athlete in the world today.
Oh, I forgot about Michael Jordan. I think I've seen so many Air Jordan commercials that I just sort of take them for granted anymore. But okay, Michael Jordan.
I would have to look at the future of Mr. Universe, Karl Malone. I mean, he's got an unbelievable body, and he's proud of it.
I'd have to think it would be Karl Malone, particularly the way he beats up on us.
I like long-arm players. It makes them bigger.
If there is anybody that has the arms of a 10-footer and he is 7 feet, Kevin McHale, because he just plays above and beyond anybody from that standpoint.
Fingertips.
I've had a lot of players with great hands. I think Larry Bird would come into that category because he uses either hand as well. He's the best two-handed player that I ever coached and one of the best I've ever seen play the game.
As ugly as they are, Larry Bird's, I've never seen a mangled set of hands like his. And I would think probably one of the greatest assets that he has as a basketball player is that he just has super great hands.
From the standpoint of the eyes, Larry Bird, he's an instant camera. He takes a picture and sees it.
I'd have to take Magic Johnson, the eyes in the back of his head, outstanding passer.
If you could ever combine Irvin Magic Johnson's right eye with Larry Bird's left eye, you would have vision that could see, 360 degrees. If there was a heart that you could take and put it in everybody in the NBA, you would take Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's. For 20 years, his greatness has not been in his ability. His greatness comes directly from his heart and his courage.
And here on TBS, Larry Bird tonight, Magic Johnson next week, and Michael Jordan on the 15th. It's hard to say that one is better than the other. But tonight it's Bird on center stage, and let's go back.
8.5 left in the game. Wilkins got the step. Wilkins saving, but he stepped out. Basket will not count.
No basket.
Person, pressure, Skiles for Stepanovic.
Every pass that Stepanovic throws gets caught by a teammate.
Five on the shot clock. Pat Cummings has come on and done a good job. Knicks trailing by 10. There's Ewing giving it up. Walker open. Tipped by Ewing. 88 to 80. An 8-point Pacer lead. Miller saved it. Scott Skiles. Rebound Ewing. Jackson trying to put a move on Skiles, and it may have cost.
So anxious.
Yeah, that may have cost. Person around Ewing after faking the three-pointer.
Boy, have they gone cold, the Pacers.
Loose ball foul called on Person. That is his second.
Loose ball foul charged against Chuck Person. That's his second personal
Vern
foul.
Fleming and John Long return, so a new Indiana backcourt. Skiles and Miller sit down. Scott Skiles has missed his last 6 field goal attempts after hitting his first. Sidney Green is back.
Number 10.
Ewing, nice fake. Yes, and it counts, and that's a big bucket. Stepanovic is fed. Hesitation on the inbounds, leading to the steal. Jackson kept alive by Newman. It's a 5-point Pacer lead. Here's Johnny Newman with a one-on-one. Wilkins. Jackson has it. Jackson on the drive. Knicks with several opportunities. .5 remaining in the game. And it's a backcourt, a 10-second violation. They could not cross midcourt. And the Pacers turn it over once again. The Pacers 10-4 in this fourth quarter. The Knicks at one point trailed by 20. They were down 75-55 with 5.5 left in the third. And once again, a 10-second violation. The Knicks defense has done a magnificent job. How rare that is to see 2 within minutes.
Pacers are crumbling before Jack Ramsey's eyes.
Wilkins posting Long. Long getting physical. Wilkins has been way off. Newman and Ewing, same team, and the foul on Tisdale. Johnny Newman going to the board, very strong.
See Mark Jackson getting
9-13. That's the case since they were down by 20. Again, tremendous pressure. Fleming just did get it across. Knicks down by 4. 5.5 left in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Person from 3 and then some. Ewing, nice play.
No second shots for the Pacers.
Here's Green, look out. In a headlock, since the Knicks were trailing by 20, they have outscored the Pacers 29-13 to move within 4 with 5 minutes left in the game. Johnny Newman. And here is Mark Jackson. Yes. It is down to a 2-point lead. And here's the pressure. It will be Indiana ball.
Interesting matchup in the backcourt, and starting guards for both teams are out there now. Knicks shooting 33%, 10 for 33. The Pacers starting guards 4 out of 14, 29%.
Mark Jackson is only 5 for 19, but he's been a major factor here. Tisdale. Good play by Ewing.
Tisdale almost committed the offensive foul.
Newman around Stepanovic. Rebound Newman. But it will be Nick Ball. Johnny Newman with a terrific play to get the rebound as he contested with the 7-footer Stepanovic, but missed the layup. And was consoled by Mark Jackson.
It's incredible how many easy baskets or shots close to the hoop the Knicks have not been able to put down.
4:20 left, fourth quarter. Here is Wilkins giving it up. Sidney Green. Indiana by 2, 88-86. Scott Skiles has returned. Skiles and Fleming now in the backcourt. So Skiles replacing the veteran John Long.
Long time between field goals for Indiana in this quarter.
They've scored only 4 points in 8 minutes of the fourth quarter. 3-pointer by Stepanovic. Wild shot. Kept alive by Person. And it will be Nick Ball. The Pacers have just crumbled here. The Knick pressure defense, the major reason. But the Pacers still lead by 2. Ewing with the finger roll. And the game is tied at 88. Stepanovic has to be careful playing with 5.
Memories, excuse me, Marv, of Wilt Chamberlain on that Ewing finger roll.
Foul called on Wilkins. Here's Trent Tucker checking back in.
It's going inside. Ewing with a beautiful adjustment to Stepanovic's presence.
Ewing has 27. It has been a ferocious finish for the Knicks, who have come from 20 down. Ewing nearly picked it off.
The Knicks with their pressure are able to keep Indiana away from the basket this whole quarter.
Stepanovic stopped. And it's Nick Ball.
With the great hustle and effort the Knicks are putting forth now, they're now getting the breaks.
Indiana has not scored in 5.5 minutes. The game tied 88 apiece. 2:45 left, fourth quarter. Newman getting the step. Newman whirling. And it'll be Pacer ball. Tucker trying to save it. Stepanovic having trouble. Fleming able to get it now. That's the quickest the Pacers have gotten to the front court in some time. Game tied at 88. 7 on the 24. And the foul on the Knicks. And they are now over the limit. Jackson with his fourth. So Person will go to the line. He's 3 out of 4 from the line.
Seems to be the best thing that could happen
in the fourth quarter. They've been outscored 16-6, but they lead by 2. 2:10 left in the game. Cartwright, air ball. Ewing will go to the line. And showing pressure. Ewing got a piece of it. Indiana with only 6 points in this fourth quarter. The record here at Madison Square Garden, fewest points in a fourth quarter, held by the Houston Rockets back in November of '77. Only 11 points in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes. Skiles facing pressure. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Here's Skiles. Nice pass, but Tisdale missed it. It's called a goaltend. Basket will count. Pacers by 3, 92-89. Ewing double team. Newman from 3. Tisdale put it behind the back at a cost. Jackson. And Vern Fleming comes away with it.
Jackson had to deal with Herb Williams, which was too much.
Down to a minute 15. It's time left, fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Tisdale off a double team is fouled.
Tisdale was matched with Trent Tucker.
Indiana by 4, 93-89. Coming up on a minute left in the game. Knicks with that 10-game win streak at home on the line. Wilkins, 93-91. The Pacer lead is 2. And here's the trap. Person with a pretty pass, but Ewing with a spectacular block. What a play. Wilkins from 3. Yes! The Knicks lead by 1 as Indiana calls for time with 35 seconds this evening, but he has come through once again down the stretch, first off the drive and then with a 3-point field goal to give the Knicks a 94-93 lead.
Patrick Ewing came over and was a tower of defensive strength. And Mark Jackson sees Wilkins ahead of him, and Gerald goes up and hits the bomb. In 3 of the last 5 games, Gerald Wilkins has done it at this point in the game.
4 blocks for Ewing. Indiana has 1 timeout remaining. Knicks have 3. Here comes the pressure. 35 seconds remaining. Fourth quarter. Pacers have hit only 2 out of 17. Bad pass. Green broken up. The Knicks off the steal with 25 seconds remaining.
They made Fleming stop dribbling in the backcourt. That was the key.
The Knicks by 1. Newman, who has played a big part once again here tonight. He has 15 points. Knicks by 2. Knicks by 3. Indiana using it. Will throw it in, but now the Knicks, after checking out the Pacers, call for time, so they still have 2 timeouts left. A Madison Square Garden record, that is the present Garden for fewest points in a quarter, shared by the Detroit Pistons, who did it back in October of '83. They scored only 9. Person looking it over. See the clock running down as long. Fires! He's tied it! A clutch 3-point field goal by John Long. And the game is tied at 96. It has been a wild night here at the Garden. Down to 5. Down to 2. Here's Jackson. Yes! It is all over! So the Knicks, in dramatic fashion, defeat the Indiana Pacers by the score of 98-96 off clutch buckets at both ends in the final second.
Look at the bumping that precedes this shot, though. No foul call. Despite all that physical play by Vern Fleming, Jackson overcomes it and makes a sensational shot.
So prior to Mark Jackson, it was the clutch shooting of Gerald Wilkins, who had been quiet throughout, but he hit on the drive, and then he hit a 3-point field goal that was spurred by the rejection by Ewing at the other end. Indiana able to come back off the 3-point field goal by John Long with 10 seconds remaining. And then at the buzzer, Mark Jackson, who has not shot well. Mark Jackson only 5 for his previous 20 with the game winner.
Mark Jackson.